some turtling. Oh, Billy, what are you doing? 8 boys. 8 boys. These guys are going this way. Those guys are going that way. Big Mama did not come up to eat. Good morning, it's Friday. We all know what Friday is. It's the day I go to the bakery. I had a really funny comment. It said something like, there's this thing and you can plug it in and you can put flour and water and like ingredients and you can make your own bread. Fun fact, I have killed probably 3 bread makers in my life. Don't know why. I think sometimes I lose the spigots, like the turny things at the bottom. But in my defense, I love supporting local people and I love this company. I love the girls that work in the store. They're just a treat to see on a Friday. And besides that, I don't know how to make sourdough bread. I think it's a true art to make good sourdough. And I am not about to like have a sourdough baby in my fridge that I try to keep alive every day. I'm not about to do that with bread when I can just drive 10 minutes and get a loaf that is made with love for me. So that is why I go on Fridays to the bakery, is because they make the best sourdough. Yeah, we've been running around sort of with our heads cut off this morning because the builders are here. So framing has begun on the shop. I'll show you maybe all that stuff when they're not all out there working. I don't like taking footage of people without their permission. The concrete guys, I was talking to them about it, so I think they were okay with it, but these guys, I don't like doing that. So I'll take clips here and there where I can. But I was talking to Carissa and our feeders are not working over here again. So I'm gonna check that plug that I think the birds unplugged a couple weeks ago here and I got working. I'm hoping it's the same problem. If not, got some investigating to do. Okay, turn it off for a second. It looks like they unplugged it again. Now, where did this go? Up here. Yay! Now I'm wondering if it's time to actually start panicking. It's a little more action today than what I was hoping for. It's day 19 in this breeding group. So basically day 1 to day 5 is usually that first cycle, maybe day 7. And then the second cycle usually starts about day 17 and it goes to about day 21. And day 17 we didn't really see anything. Yesterday I started to see some sniffing, but no standing. And today they're a little more aggressive. Oh, Billy, what are you doing? Oh. The 3 boys are after 1 ewe, so if it's just 1, it's okay. Like 1 in every pen. The rest don't look too concerned. They're like, what boys? We love Lucy. Today's July 19th. 145 days from July 19th. Search. Wednesday, December 11th. So December 11th, there might be some babies. Interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boys. 8 boys. I haven't dated 8 boys in my life. There you go. Are you feeling left out? Yeah. This is Sandy in high school. That was not Sandy in high school. It's okay, Sandy. It's okay. There's someone for you eventually someday. So Come on, Mom. We got some turtling. Kinsey, out. Can I hold your hand? Atta girl. All right, we're just waiting for Monty to come, and then we're heading to the fields to begin day 4, I think, of wheat harvest. Yeah, I think we're on day 4. We're heading back to our wheat that is flattened. In the last video I talked a little bit about, it doesn't really look like the wheat is flattened this way. It looks like the wheat is flattened like this way. So it's been really, really slow going. I think in 4 hours yesterday we only got 25 acres off, which is pretty slow. We would love to get this whole field off today. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think there's 62 acres left. Part of the reason we want to get it done today is Joel, our buddy, bales it, and I think he would like to get that straw off the field sooner than later, because later is more rain, I think. And the other reason is we have a wedding tomorrow. My niece Erica, who helps me out on the merch side, is getting married tomorrow, so that means no wheat for us. And it's our last day of like absolutely no forecasted rain. I did bring the drone, so we'll get some footage of that field so you guys can get a good feel for A, how slow Mark's going, and B, just how much of that field is like sleepy. Thought I would show you guys an up close and personal look at this down wheat and just how crazy hard it is for the combine to get that lifted and up and into the combine. So here's our wheat heads, right? So the combine has to get under this and lift it to get the heads. So it's sort of swirly, right? Like it's not all going one direction. These guys are going this way. These guys are going this way. Those guys are going that way. These guys are going this way. These guys are going that way. It's just crazy. So we have a few options with down wheat. I think you could, if you had the right equipment, you could swath it first and then harvest it. We don't have a swather. The other options is to go one way, like so you're always going against how the wheat has blown over. However, we don't know which way the majority of this wheat has blown down. It's sort of every which way, which you just saw. And even doing that, you're probably then gonna only ever go one way across your field. And we have to get over like 500 acres of wheat. So the longer we take on this one, the longer it will take to get to our good fields. And then you're sacrificing potentially sacrificing quality and you know, the timing of getting it off. So you just sort of sacrifice the stuff you leave behind, and it's unfortunate. It's yielding quite well. Even down, it's yielding better than our typical wheat does. So it's just a slow go. It'll be a grind show today. Hello. Let's say hello to everybody. Say I've been neglected all day. Neglected. You're fine. Lighting is absolutely atrocious. I apologize. I don't know if I can make that any better. It is another late night. We're at 9:10 and Mark is on his last pass. So I thought I would give you guys the scoop of the day. We've been out here since 12:30 today, and yeah, we won't be done till 9:30. It's such a slow process. The rest of our wheat, knock on wood, is still standing really well. So the good thing about doing a really slow field is that every field from now on is going to feel real fast. Good morning. Not really sure what Lucy's barking at. Squirrels, I think. She'll do that for hours. I wanted to show you something that was done yesterday. It is very exciting. Beauty. What do you think?
Looks purty.
Purty. It's a purty wall.
Purty wall.
They kind of got a system, eh?
They have like stages.
Everywhere.
Guys are prepping.
I saw a couple guys over here.
Yeah, so they're marking out where the blocks go in between the... You see how it's blocked on the wall there?
Oh, I see it here, yeah.
So they're going through and pre-measuring where all the blocks gotta go.
Yeah.
Then
Hi.
other guys are making headers for above the windows. Like you see that above the window.
Like you weren't even here yesterday. How do you know that this is happening?
Because I build stuff.
That's true. Heading down to the wheat field we were in yesterday, we have 7 acres left, and part of that 7 acres is a trial that Mark was a part of last year, and he's continuing it this year. It's called a yen trial. It's a yield trial. Do you want to explain what a yen trial is?
It's a yield enhancement. It's called Yield Enhancement Network, and as a group of participants in it, we're collecting data on the wheat crop that we kind of designated in an area of the field that we're going to monitor and take yield on. And basically they do a whole bunch of analysis against it to see where we can make changes in our management to improve wheat yield. So by participating in this program, I pay $300 to be in it. And I have to do 2 tissue samples. We do a grain sample, we do a whole plant sample when it matures, and then they take all that data from the analysis of like nutrients and everything and do a report for me at the end of the year, and it benchmarks me with all the other participants in the program. So it's kind of like a way for me to kind of measure how I'm performing against other growers when it comes to growing wheat, and maybe areas where I can improve my own management to make a better wheat crop. And go from there.
What are we after right now? The whole stalk?
Like the whole stalk and the head. Sheep it off.
Well, this was not in the plan for today, but Mark has a hankering to get the rest of that wheat off, so the plot and then the wheat in front and behind the plot. I think there's 7 acres total, and he just wants this field completely done today before we go to my niece's wedding. I guess that means we're on day 5 of wheat, or day 4.5. We have company. Joel, our buddy and neighbor, is starting to bale. Joel is a beef farmer and he buys our straw every year for years and years. Him and Mark work together quite a bit. Yeah, so he'll take majority of our straw, and then of course we keep some of our own straw back for the sheep. But this field, we wanted him to come as soon as he could, just because it was down so bad. If we get rain on these windrows, I think it would be a really tough crop of straw to get back off after it gets rain. In the back of the pictures. Okay. I'm gonna steal her. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday. Today's gonna be very interesting because it was a very short night. It was nice to get together with the family, and I know Jack and Jess had a good time last night, but they're probably gonna have a long sleep in this morning. It's been a while since we've all been together in quite that way, so I'm sure Mark and I are gonna pay the price today because it's probably gonna be another long day in the fields. But first off, I am on chore duty. Carissa worked yesterday, so I'm gonna work today, and then I think we're gonna do that for the next couple weekends, just as her schedule lines up with her dairy farm job. Today is also day 21 for this breeding group, which means I should be taking out the rams, but I hear some strange noises in there that sound a whole lot like a mating call. So I am gonna go have a look-see-boo. If there looks to be some action this morning, I might wait till tomorrow. Someone's making noise, but I don't see who. Who's making noise? You? This little guy's making noise. Oh yeah? What are you trying to say? You have a girlfriend on the other side of the gate. Really? Hello. Hello. You guys are still little. And the sand lady. Hi. Well, you don't have to tell me. Tell the guy behind you. Yes, he's pretty. I'm not sure what to do. There's enough interest that I feel like I should probably let them be for another day. Make the call tomorrow. They are out of season, so I kind of like giving them as much chance as they can get. I think there's only 2 that are really acting suspicious in this pen anyway. So I made a discovery upon feeding this morning, which is when I do a lot of the observations, and Carissa when she's feeding, and that is our big mama did not come up to eat. And she's already laying down. Now she got up and she drank, So I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna have a drink of water before she eats, but she hasn't come up to the bunk. So I'm real nervous that we're starting to see just that first twinge of preg tox. What are you doing, Mama? Do I have to put you in your own pen? I wonder if I could just set a little pen up for her and maybe do a ketone test on her, see where we're at. Follow. Oh, you go. Kinsey. Out, Kinsey. I got this a few years ago from my vet. It is just a ketone tester. And, it's just a blood glucose ketone monitoring system. I'm going to take a little drop of blood from her ear. In a sheep, for me, it's hard to find the blood. With a vet, they can find it like first go. For me, I just find it hard. So a vet tech actually showed me a little spot behind their ear that you can just stick a little needle in and just get a little drop of blood. And then you put it on the test strip. And then this is the little meter that the strip goes into, right there. And then you just take the test. I'm hoping the battery's not dead. I haven't done this in a while. Hey, Mama, please don't run away. I know. I'm gonna make this quick. Sort of gotta straddle you though. It's 3.9. So she is in full-blown ketosis already without really showing a lot of signs. Just backed off the feed, that's it. So we are going to start treating her for preg tox, and I think we're still almost 3 weeks out. Like, they're not due till the 9th, August 9th, and today's July 21st. So this could be a long, drawn-out process, but if we can keep her up, then we're doing good. So this is a good thing to check today. Okay, I've got the cocktail, Metacam, painkiller, so we can hopefully get her back eating, because that is what we want, number one. We have glycol, sugar, and we have calcium borogluconate, and I'm going to be doing this sub-Q along her back. I lift the skin and sort of put it in multiple spots, because you need quite a bit of it. And then, yeah, glycol twice a day, every day until she lambs. Now, if we can get her real close to her due date, like if I can get her to even a week before her due date, I may induce her if I can keep her on her feet that long. If she's a couple days down, like if she's down bad, I will induce her, and we're gonna have to sacrifice the lambs, unfortunately, to get her back up. It's one of those things you have to decide, who do you want to keep, mom or babies? Keeping mom for like 2 weeks when she is down and out, she just gets sicker and sicker and sicker, and then the babies become less and less and less viable every day you leave them in her. So it's a real, it used to be a hard decision for me to make. It's like, which one do you do? But honestly, like if the babies are alive after you induce them, then it's sort of a win. But if you wait and wait and wait, and mom just keeps declining, you're not helping anything. This is the problem with multiples. This is not typical for most people that have 2 and 3 lambs max, but she's likely carrying at least 4, or 3 great big lambs. And she's not a huge ewe. She's just a nice, I would say she's just a nice little Rito cross. She's really fine boned, fine featured. So she doesn't have a lot in her to, Lucy's chasing a bird, sorry. She doesn't have a lot in her to pass on to the baby, so she's pulling out of everything right now. That is the problem sometimes with these multiples, like super multiples. And I am trying to sort of breed that out of them, but it's gonna take a while, and this is the problem. I know people like lots and lots of lambs in their moms. I actually don't. I like 3 max. 2 is great, but this is why. All right, Mama, you are laying down now. That's maybe good. Good. Oh boy. Okay. Water. Officially on day 6 of wheat, even though yesterday wasn't a real big day. We only did wheat for 2 hours maybe. Good thing about this field is it's standing, which will make combining so much less stressful for Mark. That down wheat, I know it was only like 2 days worth of combining, but for Mark it probably felt like a week. He said it was the worst wheat he has ever had to combine. This field is sort of nice because the combining should be a bit quicker and my road time's a bit longer, so I shouldn't have a lot of downtime in between loads, which is really good for me because I'm really tired and I'm really upset about that ewe. So I need to stay busy so I don't ruminate too much on what's happening in the barn. We are rocking and rolling now. Mark thinks this field is doing better than he originally thought, which is a great sign. I thought I would fill you in on a little epiphany I just had, and I'm kicking myself because I am pretty sure I have had this epiphany in the past and I forgot all about it. I have been going over and over this close-up ration, and I'm like, we have been feeding this close-up ration for probably at least 3 years. And I keep, like, I've gone back and forth with Jamie, my feed guy. He's talked to nutritionists. We have talked about this thing for till we're blue in the face, and it's something has just not sat with me. This feed ration was developed at least 3 years ago, and that was based on every ewe having 2 lambs per ewe, and it was also based on the ewe's weight. And at that time, I think he had my weights based on like 160 pounds for every ewe on average. And we all know my ewes weigh more than that. And we all know now, because I've been tracking, that my lamb numbers every year have gone up. I texted Jamie to ask him if the nutritionist tomorrow could review the ration and see what would happen if we bumped the number of lambs per ewe up to 2.5 instead of 2, and bumped the average weight of the ewes up to at least 170, maybe not 175, but at least 170, and see what that does with the ration. Maybe we're just not quite topping them off to the amount that they need. Now, all this in saying, you can make the feed ration absolutely perfect, but if the ewe doesn't eat it, like today, this ewe is off her feed, so I don't know if we will ever be able to help her in regards to being able to fix her nutrition wise. But man, if we can instill it now, like if it makes a dramatic difference, it should help the rest going into their late gestation period. And then I can take this ration going forward, and maybe we can get ahead of this. It is 7:15 tonight, so we are done before dark. That is a record. Monty's just unloading our last set of wagons. Mark is putting the combine head on the header cart. And we're all gonna convoy home, and then I guess to finish off this day, I'm gonna have to go check on my ewe. I've been watching her in my cameras, and I don't think she's moved much today, so I'm gonna treat her one last time today and get her on her feet.